Hey, Earl here. You ever sit in traffic on a Monday morning and count how many years you got left before you can stop doing this? I used to. The number always made me feel like I just swallowed something heavy. 30 more years, 25 more years. And for what? So you can retire at 67 with bad knees and a recliner? That ain't a reward. That's a participation trophy for surviving. Now, if you've poked around the internet looking for a way out, you've probably stumbled across this thing called fire. And then you heard the flavors: fat fire, lean fire, barista fire, coast fire. Sounds like a secret menu at a cafe where everybody's wearing Patagonia and talking about their portfolios. And you're standing there in work boots thinking, I just want to stop setting an alarm. I get it. I spent years investing in nothing but bad decisions and scratch-off tickets. So, believe me when I say, this stuff is not just for tech bros. One of these 4 paths might be your exact escape plan, and today, we're laying them all out so you can find it. Before we hit the 4 flavors, let's get the basics down. FIRE stands for financial independence. Retire early. It just means building a pile of invested money big enough to cover your life without a paycheck. You do that with the freedom formula. Take what you spend in a year, multiply by 25. That's your number. 40,000 a year means you need $1 million. 60,000 means $1.5 million. The 4% rule says you can pull 4% of that pile every year, adjust for inflation, and have a real strong chance of never running out. We covered that deep in the Freedom Number video, so go watch that one if you haven't. The reason there are different types of fire is because not everybody wants to cross the bridge the same way. Some people sprint, some people stroll, some people stop halfway and let somebody else carry them. All 4 approaches work. They've been tested by real people with real paychecks. This ain't theory. Let's start with the fast lane. Lean fire is the minimalist path. You keep your annual spending under 40,000, maybe way under, and that means your target number is smaller. Live on 30,000 and you only need $750,000. That's a different mountain than 2 million. The lifestyle is about spending with purpose. You cook instead of ordering delivery. You drive something paid off. You find hobbies that don't charge a monthly fee. More time, less stuff. Think about a guy like Marcus, warehouse worker, $52,000 a year. He looked at his life and realized half his spending was going toward things he didn't even enjoy. Subscription boxes he forgot about. A bigger truck payment on a vehicle fancier than it needed to be. Eating out 4 nights a week because he was too tired to cook. He trimmed it all down to $26,000 a year, started investing the rest, and his target number landed around $650,000. At his savings rate, he's looking at freedom by 44. Not because he made more money, because he needed less of it. The big advantage of lean fire is speed. The downside is the margin is thin. A big medical bill or a nasty stretch of inflation hits different when the budget is tight. You need a cash buffer of 1 to 2 years of expenses sitting in a savings account, not invested, so you never have to sell when the market's down. And you need to be honest about whether this is a lifestyle you can hold for decades, not just a few fired up months after watching a YouTube video. Now, let's go all the way to the other end. Fat fire is for people who want out early and want to live large while doing it, spending $100,000 a year or more. Target starts at $2.5 million and goes up. The appeal is obvious. No stress about money. Ever. Travel whenever. Eat wherever. Never look at a price tag sideways. The catch is simple. For most people earning regular paychecks, the math doesn't add up in a reasonable time frame. You'd need a huge income and an aggressive savings rate over a very long stretch. It's like I told you we were going to drive to California, and then I said, we're doing it in an afternoon. You wouldn't even pack. You'd give up before you started. If you set fat fire as your only target while earning 50 grand, there's a real chance you get discouraged and quit entirely. And quitting is always the worst outcome. But there's a useful idea buried in fat fire. Don't set your number so low that the life you're retiring into makes you miserable. The sweet spot for most people falls somewhere between lean and fat. Alright, if neither extreme sounds right, you're in good company. These next two paths exist for the person in the middle. Stay with me because this is where things get real interesting. If you're still here, do me a favor and hit that like button. Costs you nothing, and it helps more people find this video. Barista Fire means leaving your full-time grind and replacing it with a low-stress part-time gig. Your investments cover most of your expenses, and the gig handles the rest. Say your bills are $50,000 a year. Full fire target would be $1.25 million. But if you find a part-time job bringing in $15,000, your portfolio only covers $35,000. New target is $875,000. That's nearly $400,000 less you need to save. That's real years off your timeline. Picture somebody like Dana, dental office manager for 16 years. Loved teeth, hated the job. She saved about $400,000 by 41. Not enough for full fire, but plenty for Barista Fire. She left, picked up 20 hours a week at a plant nursery, and between her portfolio and the part-time income, her bills were covered. She told me the first Wednesday she spent repotting ferns instead of arguing with insurance companies. She almost cried. Not because she was sad, because she forgot what calm felt like. Some folks worry Barista Fire means you failed at retirement. It doesn't. It means you designed it smarter. You're working because you chose to, not because you have to. And when you can walk away from any job at any time because your portfolio has your back, the whole power dynamic flips. Your brother-in-law might have opinions about it at Thanksgiving, but he's still setting an alarm every Monday. You're not. Now the last path, and honestly, my favorite. Coast Fire is about front-loading the hard work. You save aggressively early, invest it, and then let compound growth finish the job. The rule of 72 tells you that at 7% annual returns, your money doubles every 10 years. $1 at 25 becomes $16 at 65 without you touching it. So if you can hit a certain invested amount early enough, you can stop saving for retirement completely. Your pile will coast to the finish line on its own. After you hit your coast number, every dollar you earn goes to today. Not tomorrow, not the future, today. That means you can take a lower paying job you actually enjoy. You can work fewer hours. You can travel in your 30s and 40s instead of waiting till your body gives out. Take someone like Will, electrician, started at 23 making $48,000. He lived cheap and invested hard for 8 years. By 31, he had $140,000 in index funds. At 7% growth, that hits $1 million around age 62 without another dime added. So he stopped saving for retirement. He still works, but he switched to a smaller outfit with better hours and less stress. All the money that was going into investments now goes to living his actual life. He's not retired yet, but the pressure's gone. And that changed everything. The trade-off with Coast Fire is that you don't quit right away. You still gotta earn enough to cover today's bills, and you're betting on the market over a long timeline. But the stock market has always delivered over 20-plus year stretches. The other risk is lifestyle creep. Once you stop saving and your paycheck is fully yours, the temptation to inflate your spending is real. Keep your expenses steady and the math works. Let them creep and you're back on the treadmill at a different speed. So how do you pick? If you want out as fast as possible and you're good with simple, go lean. If you make serious money and won't cut your lifestyle, go fat, but be ready for a marathon. If you're burnt out and need relief now, Barista Fire gets you to a better life years sooner. And if you're younger and want to set your future on autopilot, Coast Fire is the smartest long play you can make. But here's the real secret. You don't pick one forever. Life changes. You might aim for lean, get a raise, and start coasting. You might hit your coast number and realize you're ready for a barista downshift. The labels help you understand the math. Your actual path will probably flow through more than one of them. The real goal was never about retiring early. It's the FI part, financial independence, where work is a choice and not a chain. Whether you get there by living lean, living large, working part-time, or coasting on compound growth, the destination's the same. A life where you control your time. Here's what I want you to do. Go back to the Freedom Number episode. Do the math. Spend times 25, write it down. Then look at these 4 paths and find the one that fits your income, your age, and your life. If you decided which version of FIRE is for you, type it in the comments below. And when you see somebody else's FIRE choice, give them a thumbs up. No matter what they choose, they are trying to retire early like you and me. Subscribe if you want more real straight talk about retiring early on a normal paycheck. I'll see you in the next one.